Yep. Come on in before y'all start tripping. What's the deal, everybody? It's your favorite esoteric student, Mr. Weeds, back at it again with another video talking to you about, in my opinion, what magic is and what magic ain't. I think I'm gonna go ahead and drop this and get ahead of the curve because what's coming, y'all about to find out about it anyway. But I don't want anybody to have the wrong perception. I want everybody to have an open mind about it, and I'm gonna go ahead and break it down with your man, your dog, Mr. Weeds. When we're talking about magic, everything from folk magic to meditation to Buddhism, Taoism, whatever you want to call it, you got to understand what magic is. Magic, according to certain circles, I'll just bring up the famous Aleister Crowley, is the bending of one's will, manifesting things according to one's true will. The thing about the true will is it's before the ego. So when you were a kid, you were living pretty much in your true will. You did what you wanted to do. You were building castles. You had fairy tales. You had friends, imaginary friends, and everything. You thought that you could jump off a mountain and fly until somebody came along and said, "Nah, you can't do that. You may die. Something may happen. Don't do that." And this is instilling fear. So a lot of the things that we want nowadays is based on a fear mechanism. And this is where magic comes in at. Now, there's all sorts of magic and ways to express it, some being witchcraft, some being voodoo, hoodoo, but there's three main types. You have the left-hand path, you have the right-hand path, and you have the middle path. The left-hand path is what we're going to be discussing right now. The best example I can give of left-hand path would be Aleister Crowley, the do without will. Now, people take that out of context too, but that's for a later discussion. Pretty much it's doing exactly what you want to do without anyone's interference and learning by examples, learning by life. So if you do something that makes you feel bad, then you probably shouldn't did it. Instead of somebody tell you no, don't do it because you're going to feel bad if you do it. This is kind of what left hand path is about. From a little bit I do understand, a little bit I do know about it. It's more of a darker light, but I don't want you to confuse that with evil. There is no evil, there is no good. There's only agreeable and disagreeable, because you have to remember that everything here is temporary. The types of magic that I see on the left-hand path a lot, just from my perception, is the blood magic and goetic magic. Well, if we're looking at blood magic, then you could look at our history books where they used to eat slaves in order to gain their essence. And some warring tribes and warriors used to eat each other also to gain each other's essence. Some people don't look at that as ritual and all magic and all that. Some people just say that's their way of thought when they were doing it. I personally believe it was a ritual. But if you look at those type of things, then it's all in the history books. They've been doing it. It's been out there. And then we got right hand path. The right hand path, you looking at more so of Therugy and looking at the sacrificing worldly pleasures, Gnosticism, things of that type of nature. The older versions of Christianity, when they used to hit themselves because they sinned, these would be more of a right hand path. For African practitioners, it'd be like hoodoo. Hoodoo would be another good one. I actually like hoodoo a lot. I'm starting to get into that a little bit of that history. But these practices involves more of angels and the divine and becoming one with the divine and demigods to certain degrees. But these are more just people you work with. You're not looking to actually have them come into your body and do certain weird stuff. But there are groups that do that. But there are solar groups that are literally dedicated to the right hand path. One of the biggest groups that were known through history of occult world would be the Golden Dawn. McGregor Mather, Yeats, and even Aleister Crowley was down for a little bit before my dog went to go start his own because he said. And then, of course, there's what we're supposed to be walking, which is the middle path. Because according to certain people, Gnosticism, that I like, hermetics, we're made up of duality. So if you think about it, this is why the story of Jesus and the devil continues to go on. They're not going to kill each other because they are literally one and the same. And these type of practices allows us to understand those dynamics and duality. If you were interested in starting your path and you don't want to do too much, I don't believe you should be summoning things. I don't think you should go off and do the ablamelon. I think you should start real simple with a basis of what are you even looking at. In this book right here, magician. I like to call it magician. This book by Philip Cooper will literally put you on the right mind frame on how to deal with magic. People take magic because they're reading it on TikTok or seeing it on TikTok. They think it's a trend, or they're trying to be rebels against a Christian faith or whatever faith they were in before. And then they're running here and they thinking that they're just going to do spells and nothing's going to happen because it's cool. This is very real stuff. You are dealing with your psyche, changing your psyche. Things will happen. And this is why I suggest this book before you start, because this book breaks down what's going on. It's going to eliminate the fear factor and tell you exactly what you're hearing and seeing and things, if anything at all. So before the news starts reporting on ritualistic killings and Freemasons and satanic rituals and things of that nature, I want you to do your own research. I have a few videos on my profile already, some shorts explaining certain symbolism and how they use it. But I suggest everyone do their own research, because this is exactly what they are using against us, and you can actually use it for yourself for good. So with that being said, y'all practice magically safely. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share. I'll be back next time. Hello.